Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 293. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I am with Chris. What's up, Chris?
Hey, this is Steampunk Star Raisin, AmberStreet.com.
Yes, very good. What's up, John?
Not much.
What's up, Mike D?
Hey, PulsingCinema.com.
There you go. All right, so we had a little break since the last time we had our Everything Show. What's anything new going on in the world, peeps, or what? What's going on with you, Chris?
I'm at the greenhouse.
Yeah.
They have excellent Wi-Fi and a decent bathroom.
Nice. Gotta need a good bathroom. What's up, John? How you been, bro? Okay. All right,
What?
Oh, there he is.
Were you asking me what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, not that much. Just spending a Saturday night. Not doing much. I started about halfway through that HBO series, The Jinx.
Oh, how
about
was
Robert
that?
Durst. About Robert Durst.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Robert Durst is crazy, man. You know?
Well, wait, tell us a little bit about that, because I'm a bit intrigued.
Man, the guy who just got he got back in prison. He got caught by police again for these well, I mean, Robert Durst is part of the Durst real estate family. He's multi-millionaire, and his wife disappeared in 1982, and then his best friend, who may have had something to do with his wife's disappearance, disappeared. And then he moved to Galveston, Texas, and pretended to be an old woman, and dismembered his next door neighbor and dropped her and dumped him in the river, dumped him in the lake.
So it's official. He's a serial killer because
No, but he got off. He got off, man. He got some multi-million-dollar attorneys and got off. And now he's doing it. He did this, and then now he's in this HBO series where he's being interviewed about this. It's ridiculous. It's great.
Wow. That's nuts.
Well, it just shows you, if you're a multimillionaire or a billionaire, you can get away with murder, quite literally.
Wow.
Well, there you go. That's one of the perks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's just like that 2 years ago, the guy that stabbed a taxi driver in the neck. Well, he's a good taxpayer. He works for a major bank. We wouldn't want to hurt his career. That's what the judge said.
Yeah.
Mainly the wealth executive.
He wasn't a street warrior.
Oh, yeah.
Robert Durst.
I'm definitely a street warrior.
Right.
Yeah.
What you heard something today?
I've had to be.
Mike, you heard they brought up today more about the X-Files? You wanted to talk about?
Oh, I just read some article. I forwarded you a link to some article earlier today. I thought that was interesting that they were going to bring it back. Like, I kind of got that when we talked about it last, that they were actually going to bring it back and maybe have involvement with David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson.
Right.
But
that's going to happen.
It sounds like they're going to actually. It sounds like they're actually going to be like the actual stars of the show coming back.
Yes, that was the whole point.
Okay.
They brought back 24.
Yes.
They didn't have any intention of rebooting it. They had every intention of continuing it. But of course, David Duchovny says, "Listen, if we do this, we can't do 24 episodes or whatever. I mean, some of these shows like Game of Thrones and American Horror Story, they're like 10 episodes." So he's okay with it as long, because he says we're older now, we need breaks, and different things, and he's all for doing a mini series or maybe, I don't even know if 10 episodes are stretching it, but it looks like they'll probably get it. I mean, they'll both come back.
Really? I haven't heard about this. I didn't know they were bringing back X-Files. I mean,
yes.
There was a couple things that happened within the last 15 years that led a lot of fans and a lot of people to believe that X-Files wasn't coming back.
No, X-Files is going to come back, yeah.
Well, I mean, but the 2008 movie, the second X-Files movie, bombed. It lost a lot of money. They spent a lot of money making it.
Right, but then David Duchovny was busy. He was doing Californication. Which is great, fantastic show. I haven't seen, all the episodes, but
I've seen the whole series, and it's completely excellent. Great,
wow.
very adult-centric sort of show.
Yeah.
Also, what killed the fan base for a while for X-Files was, I don't know if you guys might be, I don't know if you remember, but back in the year 2000, Paramount sued every X-Files fan website and shut down 99% of the websites. And then the websites the fan websites that remained for a time didn't have any X-Files graphics or sounds, and they became like these mundane, nondescript websites, and that hurt the X-Files franchise as well.
Fans. Like when we promote Doctor Who, sometimes we promote Doctor Who more than BBC does or Moffat. It's like you need the fans to continue the show, like to bring, like to extend the lifespan of it. You know what I'm saying? And when you shut the fans out, that's a big problem.
Well, the X-Files...
No, I agree. I think that was a big mistake, and I think that's what led to the disinterest. Paramount had pissed off so many fans that had led to the disinterest for X-Files 2. When X-Files 2 came out, it totally bombed.
Well, maybe it just sucked. You know, maybe it's just...
I mean, it was...
sucked, too. Like, I mean...
Well, I saw it. I mean, it was all right. It didn't seem epic like a movie should be.
Right.
Like the first X-Files...
That's the whole point.
It seemed like an episode, is what it seemed like.
Yeah, it seemed like an ordinary episode. Yeah.
Right.
The thing that X-Files had going for it was it tapped into this cultural type phenomenon at the time, because it was like some off show on Fox, I believe, that originally came on like on a Friday night or something, and it started to get like a base fan support, and then it started tapping into the cultural zeitgeist going on at the time with all the stuff with like the conspiracy, all the conspiracy people that were all, you know, the Illuminati's behind everything, and
right.
all the stuff with the UFO agenda and all that kind of garbage. So,
speaking of X-Files, I interviewed Gillian Anderson in 2012. If you go to my YouTube channel on celebrity interviews, it's on there. She didn't know. She didn't actually know I was interviewing her. I had an iPad and I recorded her.
You were standing outside of her house at the time?
No, I was getting her autograph. You'll see it in the interview.
Okay. That's cool, bro.
I actually schooled her of what steampunk was. Because she asked me.
I got a question for you about her. Is she English, or is she like...
She's American. She's American. Okay. She spoke with an American accent. That's a big controversy. And actually, if you look at my interview with Gillian Anderson, you know, because she didn't know she was being videotaped, she speaks in a normal American accent, nondescript American accent. And a lot of people commented on that video saying, "Oh, I see now. That's just all an act." And so, yeah, she goes to, like, the Oscars or public events, and she has this, like, it's like minor drama, but she puts on this show like she speaks proper English. She speaks with an English accent. But that's not how she speaks in everyday life, because when I met her in person, and you see when I'm recording her, and she didn't even know it, she's speaking with a regular American accent. She did that with the fans before me, and she did that with the fans after me.
Very nice.
And they had a very big rule there at DragonCon 2012, was that you're not allowed to do any photography or video. So what I did was I activated the video camera on my iPad, and I had a letter cover for it and made it look like a notepad, and I just held it up, you know, and the video quality is not the best because it's very shaky, because I had to pretend like I was just holding a notebook, but the audio is great, and you do see her, and you know that it's Gillian Anderson.
Nice. Very good.
You only see it from my point of view, because you don't see it. You hear me, but you don't see me in the video.
Right. We got another story. I'm sorry.
POV. I was just going to say it's called POV. Point of view. So.
We got another story. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sequel is going to begin filming in New York City again.
Yeah.
You know, it's not saying they're looking forward for many jobs and tens of millions of jobs to bring to the local economy.
Well, there you go, Chris. Head out to New York, man.
Yeah, man.
Well, wish I had the funds to go to New York. I don't.
It said they expect to spend $63 million in New York City itself through specifics of which neighborhoods they're going to shoot and stuff like that. They're not making it available. It said there's rumored but not confirmed that characters Bebop, Rocksteady, and Krang will appear. Michael Bay, Brad Fuller, and Andrew Form will return to produce the upcoming sequel. It features a script by Josh Applebaum and Andre Nemec. David Green directs the film. Opens June 3rd, 2016.
Oh, that's another surprise because I heard so many fans hated the new Mutant Turtles movie with Megan Fox. There was a lot of fans who said it sucked. I had read reviews. I never saw it. I mean, I had read reviews. Yeah.
I thought it did badly, actually.
And I also heard that it did badly at the box office, so why would they make a sequel to a movie that did poorly? You know, that's just wasting more money.
It's a little surprising, too, because, I mean, it's like a kid's movie, so those are usually safe to like.
I liked it, and the kids liked it. I mean, you know, I really liked the Turtles movie. I was surprised, because I went in here thinking that it was going to be worse than the other Turtles movie. I actually think I saw it twice. I saw it once with me and Sharon and Dick, and me and the boys saw it, right? Who saw it? So, say hello, Joe.
What? Yeah.
There's Joe.
It's Joe.
Joe Jr.
Little Joe Jr., yeah. You like the Turtles movie? Yeah. So, ready for Rocksteady and Bebop. It's going to be coming on. Krang. Alien Krang.
Is Joe a big Doctor Who fan? Joe Jr. there?
Yeah, they're both Doctor Who fans, actually.
What do you think about the direction the show's gone with Moffat? We haven't got you weighing in on this one yet.
I think it's going good so far.
But do you like it as much as you liked it with Matt Smith?
Oh, no.
No, he doesn't.
Were you more of a Smith or a Tennant guy, Joe?
I don't know. They're both my top, though. I mean, I'm more of a Smith guy, I think.
What do you like? Any of the classic Doctors? Have you seen any of those?
When I was little, not recently.
Yeah, Sylvester McCoy. He watched Battlefield, right? And saw some. What did you see? Sylvester McCoy. You saw the 8th Doctor, right? Home again. No, just I think the 7th Doctor. I got him started on him and Anthony when they were little.
Okay.
Yeah, but after that, Christopher Eccleston. They loved Christopher Eccleston, the 9th Doctor. David Tennant, Matt Smith. What'd you think of the War Doctor? I mean, he was okay. Yeah, he's alright.
John Hurt's always great.
He's a great actor. He's in a lot of stuff, though. Yeah. So. That's not a now. They like Missy. You like Missy?
She's great.
He likes Missy.
She's great.
Yeah. She's gonna be the opening 2-parter.
I find that weird. I don't see because she's like, well, the Master's like a bit of a villain. I don't see her as like opener. I see her as like a finale.
Yeah, you don't see her as a season opener, right? Yeah, that's
just too big.
But I mean, in John Pertwee time, which you didn't really see, the Master was like throughout the season.
I know, but. Like, she's too big to start with, but what are they going to finish with? Like, if this is too big, like, what if the finale's not as big?
Well, it's kind of like another way of looking at that is if they start with her, then it's like, wow, what are we going to expect by the end of the season?
Right, that's what he was saying, yeah, basically. Yeah. I mean, Moffat's claiming that this is going to be the biggest finale he's ever done. He basically said, the Pandorica times, whatever. I mean, they had everybody in that one, and... I guess Missy will be back for the finale, and it's something that we didn't expect. It's going to happen. Not really sure what, but the filming pitches have been few and far between. I mean, we've hardly seen anything. But our buddy Stephen Price, how lucky is he getting pictures with Capaldi again, 3rd time's a charm?
Yeah, and they're not just like photos. It's like Capaldi's actually posing with him doing selfies.
Right. and I gotta tell you, you gotta love Stephen Price, and anybody that doesn't love Stephen Price is out of their freaking mind, because Stephen Price is like the nicest guy in the world. I've known him since before I was even doing podcasts, when I used to watch him on other podcasts, and I always looked up to him. So, like, when we started doing podcasts back in the day, and then when I did the Real Who Beans cast, it was an honor, like, for me to bring him into the Who Beans podcast as well as the Real Who Beans cast. And, we've been friends ever since, like, for years. So,
well, you just know some of those douchebags are actually, like, a little bit envious of Stephen Price at this point that banned him from that show. So
you know what kills me? And I'm just going to say, like, Yeah, I know haters are gonna hate, right? But you don't have to hate. You could do something with your shows. You could do something with your life. You don't have to be jealous of other people. I mean, I'm not jealous of Stephen Price if he gets pictures of really celebrities. I'm so happy for the man, and he's a great guy. But other people, like, people like to. What happens is when people get egos, they think they're too big, and then they start acting stupid, and then they start like kicking out their friends, and then they have restrictions like, oh, if you go on Joe's cast, we're going to block you from Facebook, and we're going to block. Who the hell are these people, And they're like, well, we don't know if we're going to welcome you in the Whovian community. Well, you didn't even start the Whovian community, and, there's so many people with the Whovian community. So the arrogance and behind that is just, it's amazing how these people with, like, less subscribers and less this and less that, they only do a couple shows. They think like they are the Whovian community. They are. I mean, if you take away the 150 fake channels that they created to like this stuff, I mean, it's like, what do they really have? But and then
go ahead.
They dig at other people. I mean, they basically make phony shows off of my show, the Everything Show. They have their own versions of it, and why not just do your original stuff? That's what kills me. But the main topic's not even me. It's how could you be against Stephen Price? I mean,
yeah, really. Like,
I'm really bad with names. You have to excuse my ignorance. Who is Stephen Price?
I mean, you got to be a bunch of lowlifes to just
Chris was asking you who Stephen Price was.
Stephen Price basically he just has the luck that he goes out of his house, he goes for a walk, he sees the TARDIS. And they're always filming. They're always filming where he's at. Like, he's got pictures with David Tennant. He's got pictures with John Barrowman. He's got pictures with Katie Manning a couple of times. All these actors from Doctor Who, he's got tons of pictures with. So
Stephen Price is like one of the guests on the show. He's been one of the long-running panel members.
He's been a long-running member of the Real Whovians cast since the beginning. And since before.
I could have met David Tennant at DragonCon 2012, but I would have had to wait in line 4 hours. I didn't feel like doing it.
We got an echo.
Oh, I'll hang up.
Okay.
I'll hang up and come back.
Is it? Okay. You there, Mike? Oh, no, we still got an echo. Now what happened? Is it from you, Mike, or is it... Okay. All right, it was Mike. I don't know, that's weird. I don't know why Google does that. I know, Google does that sometimes. I don't know. Again, Stephen Price, God bless you, bro. I mean, you did awesome stuff, man, and we got to try to get him on in the morning and do a show with him, So, and he also had contributed a lot of the, pages, Doctor Who pages. He had submitted his pictures, and a lot of people did news stories on Doctor Who with his pictures without even giving him credit for it, which, that's what you really, you got to give respect to Stephen Price.
Well, the largest Doctor Who community of fans that I've ever met was at Gallifrey 1, which they like to brag that was the largest.
No, when I'm talking about the Whovian community, I'm talking about the YouTube community. I'm talking about the Facebook. Overall, the overall picture.
Well, I mean, I'm sure a lot of the people at Gallifrey 1 go on YouTube. I mean, but I found them to be all very nice. They were very friendly. They were. I didn't have a badge. I just tailgated.
We're just talking about some bad apples that are in our group.
There's
not our group. In the Whovian community on YouTube that just,
Well, there's any communities are going to be bad apples, but I mean, like the people there were so nice. Like, a guy let me borrow his badge for a couple of hours while he watched my laptop. And he really watched my laptop because I was rendering video and, So I found the people to be very nice. And if I didn't have to do some silly photo shoot that ended up being non-productive and I ended up not getting paid for it anyway, I would have gone to more of the Gallifrey 1 convention. I really regret not doing that. I only got to go for like a few hours. It was a really fun convention. But they had, oddly enough, at Gallifrey 1, I don't know why, they had a lot of Star Trek celebrities there.
Right.
It's supposed to be a Doctor Who convention, but
And you know, there's a lot of underhanded tactics. I did want to bring this up. There's a lot of threats out there where people think they're full of themselves making videos like leave YouTube or else, or trying to get into your Facebook. And a lot of us have been a victim of these trolls and these evil people creating Facebook pages of us, you know, trying to destroy us with lies and all that stuff. And I gotta tell you, like, you know, all that stuff that you see out there, if you have an open mind and you research it, you'll see that that stuff is baloney. You know, they've done that to me this past weekend. Somebody every single day has been creating Facebook pages that I'm this and I'm that, I'm a piece of garbage. I've been trying to contact like family members of mine and taking pictures of, you know, some of my family members that are no longer alive and putting them in all these things. It's really, really absolutely disgusting. But you know what? It's
getting really popular.
It's not funny. It's not funny. See, and what they really don't realize is they're not like hurting me at all. But if it was one thing, it would be me. It would be a different story. But if you start messing with my family, I'm going to do whatever I can legally to end that person. You know, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I've submitted things to the news agencies and stuff to basically get this person, you know, charged with some type of crime. I'm having somebody check out the IP address, and basically you can't like steal people's pictures and then print nonsense and lies on Facebook or on anything. It's called defamation of character. It's called slander. You can't do that. Newspapers can't print lies out there because they'll get sued. And that's exactly what's going to happen with this person. This person's going to get sued. This person's going to go to jail. And I'm going to keep going after this person. Anybody else that's going to, like, mess with my family.
Well, if they're harassing you, you can always file a claim with the FBI for harassment.
It's already going to be done this week coming up. And I already have all my eggs in a basket, so to speak. And I'm having a zero tolerance with this nonsense.
But I mean, I wish people would do parody sites of me because I'm just not that popular.
Well, now that you just said it, they probably will.
You know, you're very popular apparently if they're willing to go out
You know
of their
what
way
the funny
to do
thing
that.
is, Chris? They actually did put you. Chris, they actually did put you in it because they tried to create this lie that I'm destroying you and trying to hurt you, and we're enemies. And meanwhile, you're on every day.
No, I'm not an enemy of
and we're
anybody.
friends. We're friends. And these idiots, this is the funny thing, these idiots, they could take like a couple-minute clip of some of our podcasts and make it like, look at this Matrix scum saying all this stuff about Chris, Steampunk. They're so retarded. You know? I mean, you wouldn't even be in here in this podcast if we were enemies. This is entertainment.
No, I'm just saying that, you know, parody.
Oh, you mean just go after you mean?
Well, insults and parodies come with popularity. That's all I'm saying. It goes with the territory.
So what is it, like you become more popular and then people want to take a shot at you? Oh, he took off his hat!
This girl nearly flashed me.
Oh my God, he took off his hat. That's a rarity.
I took my hat off to the girl.
That's a rarity. You'll never see
girl
him
that was
take his hat
looking
off.
at me through the window. You would have had to have seen it, but it was funny. The girl, yeah, so I'm telling you, the hat
Wow.
makes my face complete.
There you go, bro. All right, we just seen it right there. So anyway, this is it. I mean, they make videos that they basically singled me and Mike Dio. They put like something next to us, like we're a bunch of scum and all this over our forehead. They had Steampunk saying, "Oh my God, Matrix was so evil, it's attacking them." They've said, I stole money from people and I've hurt people and I'm a bad dad, which couldn't be further from the truth, by the way.
I'm getting a lot of echo. I'm getting echo. I'll be back.
Mike, I'm just going to mute. No, wait. Okay. They even said I'm a bad dad. Yeah,
okay.
They even said I'm a bad dad, which couldn't be further from the truth because my kids never go without. So, you know, and I love my kids, and they're here, you know, and I took off yesterday. I've been doing podcasts right now. We're just chilling. So I put them first above everything in my life, my kids. So that's a whole bunch of nonsense. And you know, people, like some people, like my dad wouldn't give a crap. Like if this happened to him, he'd be like, you know, if it came to something back in the day, he would have just broke the legs or something. Like that was my dad, you know. Me, I take things. I take things personally, you know. But
is that better on the Echo, by the way?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Well, I wouldn't take it so personally. I think it just comes with the territory. When you become popular, people are going to do parodies and make fun of you and insult you. I mean, I've only had 2 deaths.
They actually, Chris, the other day, these people saw our conversation, and they interpreted this one guy, Medina or something, I think his name was, saying, "Oh, well, why don't you pay child support to me, like, and leave like Steampunk alone? Like, how dare you attack him and stuff?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about, dude? Like,
child support?
Like,
he's trying to make
they don't know anything about my life. Everything is fine. I have everything deducted from my check, so I don't have to worry about it. So of course, if I'm working with the government and the state, like, you know, nothing's going to happen to me unless they don't take the money out. So I'm perfectly fine. No, yeah, but everything is fine. Like, these people make up stories like I'm a deadbeat dad and everything. What a bunch of losers. It's like, and they think it bothers me because I'm like, you know, some people actually believe this stuff. And they dropped off Doctor Who pages. Well, if you're going to drop off our Doctor Who pages because you don't have an open mind, we don't want you anyway. But, I mean, you know, have an open mind because, like, this is nonsense. I've been on YouTube for years. I've made over 3,000 videos. Some punk is not going to make a YouTube video and tell me you have 24 hours to leave Matrix Lord or else. And even when we had all that stuff with Sammy and everything, when people got my phone number and they called me like 21 times a day, I still didn't leave, no matter what they did, pictures, everything. So I'm not leaving, okay? But they're going to be leaving because I'm actually going to go one step further this time, legally and everything, and I'm going to eliminate this nonsense.
Okay, that's harassment. You have a right to do that.
Yeah.
I can't relate to your situation because I've never been that popular to where I get harassment like that. The most similar thing I've ever encountered was I had an ex-girlfriend. I'm not going to mention her by name. I had an ex-girlfriend who she was being petty and vindictive, and she thought it was funny. She took my telephone number and an old picture of me and put you know, casual encounters on Craigslist. She put a dating ad on Craigslist under casual encounters, saying that I like granny porn and that I'm looking to hook up with some grannies, and then I'm also looking for a gay lover. And she put my number out there, and I had all kinds of weird people call me for about 2 weeks. But you know what I did? Every time somebody asked me something weird related to that ad, I just hung up on them.
There's going to be haters out there. And they gotta just have an open mind. I mean, they're gonna see this junk on Facebook, and most of them are gonna have common sense, while others are gonna be idiots. Just like some people
with my
they signify pizza with me, with their stupid little pizza things, call me pizza warden. I'm talking about the biggest losers in history on YouTube, calling me like pizza warden and all this other pizza stuff, and they know who they are. I'm giving a little shout out. They can't even get their numbers right on certain casts. But anyway.
Well, the best thing to do is just to ignore them. Like with my ex-girlfriend that did that, I didn't give her the satisfaction of a response. And after a couple of weeks of ignoring her, and I blocked her on Facebook.
Oh, no, see, that stuff doesn't bother me because it's a friendly little jab. You know? I mean, it's the continuance of it. Like, just shut the hell up. Stop already. Do your own show. Stop with the digs, because that's all your shows are about is digging Matrix Lord. Cut it out.
Yeah.
Make your show stand on your own. Obviously, you love me because you keep talking to me about it every week.
Are you a big Matrix?
Blah, blah, blah.
Are you a big Matrix fan?
I like the Matrix movies. Yeah. When I created the name it wasn't just because of the Matrix movies. It was because I like the Trial of the Time Lord. It was one of my favorites. The Matrix of Gallifrey. But there's a lot of things in shows that had Matrix in it. Besides the Matrix movies, besides the Matrix and Gallifrey, there was Transformers with Optimus Prime had the Matrix, and there's a whole bunch of things with that word, and I like that name. So I use that name, Matrix Lord 212, meaning that Doctor Who, sci-fi, the web, basically. That was a cool, funky name, I thought, with my birthday 212. So, Besides that, I mean, with Marvel Comics, I was Spider-Lord 212, and before even YouTube, I was Time Lord 212. So it's just, that's what I was throughout the different circles of my time. So that's that. So haters are going to hate, and I shake it off, and that's basically, I love that Taylor Swift song, by the way. But, yeah, that's it. Anything, Mike D?
Well, I was going to say the funny thing is, too, when you exposed two of the trolls, that it was interesting to note that they ran off like little bitches. They were afraid what you were going to do to expose some of who they were, their identity, and call them out in the public. And they actually had some communication with you where they were like saying, oh, I'm sorry, we basically they admitted to being caught and they were afraid to do more stuff because you were going to expose some stuff with them.
Did you see me expose anything on them? No. It was peace, that's it.
Yeah, they just turn out to be a little, like what you would expect, like little turds that are like, little pussies, and,
right.
They just go whimpering off, and, it's funny because a couple of them, they actually experience some trolling of their own in other circles because of some of the exposure, and then they end up like whining about it and going, oh my god, like they don't like it when they get trolled.
People don't like that. That's funny. Like they could dish it out, but the moment you get a little bit on them, they're like, oh my god.
Yeah, that pretty much tells you. That tells you what you need to know about them.
Like when I was called 21 times, like when I was called 21 times in a day, and if, oh my god, I get their phone number and I call them up, or I call them up at their school, whatever, they'd be like, oh my god, what am I going to do? Oh my god. They wouldn't like that. So,
yeah.
It's very easy to call me a bully when I was the one that was attacked. It's very funny. Because I'm not a bully by any standards.
They're kind of like that little yappy dog that's on the one side of the fence that barks and yaps and runs its mouth, and then when the big dog starts coming over into their yard, they shut up and go running off whimpering with their tail between their legs. So.
Right. So
which is what you would expect they would do.
Yeah. So the guys, if anybody was a fan of me and you see these Facebook pages. If you could flag it down. If not, I'm going to get the IP address anyway soon. So there was something that did come from Dublin, Ireland, which there's not too many people that we know that is from Dublin, Ireland. But that was just one. So my tech guy is looking into that. And then there's also, other things that's coming from other places. I am going to have an answer this week. I do have a funeral to attend on Monday, but come Tuesday, yeah, and that's another thing too. Not very funny, by the way. Showing pictures of my dead aunts. That's like really low life, and dead pictures of my other family members. But I'm going to make sure. I'm going to make sure, just because of that, you guys are going to get yours too. Okay, because I don't forget. I'm like an elephant. I don't forget, and time will pass, but no matter what, justice is going to be served. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Well, as long as it's not, that's offensive, I understand. But I mean, some parody, if somebody's doing a parody site of you, sometimes that's okay. Because
this is not in any way a parody YouTube poop or anything like that. This is pure hatred, trying to rip. It just has pictures of Mike D, pictures of me, has you that we're attacking you. It's like ridiculous, and it's beyond belief.
Can you show me a link? Because if I'm in it, I want to see what it looks like. You got me curious now. I haven't even looked it up.
Well, I don't really.
If you don't want to,
I don't really want to promote it.
Well, you can do it. We can do it off camera. We can do it off the live show.
All right.
We don't have.
Yeah,
I'm
were
just
big-
curious.
They
I'm
have, they
curious.
have a thing. They have a thing called Matrix Scum. They also have a thing with my real name, and they also have a thing trying to say I'm a deadbeat dad from the deadbeat dad community, and they're showing pictures of me and all that stuff, which is ridiculously wrong because I'm in contact constantly with the state and everything's fine.
How many
Try
children do you have?
Well, I don't really want. I have two, but it's this stuff like that. Listen.
didn't know
If it was just about me, I
Mm.
wouldn't even make motions. But when I see pictures of mine and they're minors, then guess what? Lawyers are involved in everything else. So there will be stuff will go down this week. Will. And even if the pages do go down, I can guarantee that at some point in time, something's going to happen. And I actually will get a plane ticket and I will go there myself. Besides, that will happen.
Okay.
By the way, will happen. So I'll work whatever overtime I can and I'll go there with law enforcement. So, but other than that, haters are going to hate. So, it's harmless. We do shows about everything. We do shows about topic wonders, real life events. We do shows about movies. We do shows about comics, video games, real life stuff, YouTube stuff, Facebook stuff, tons of stuff. And nobody has the power to bully me, to tell me that I'm just going to go in the corner and just leave everything at all. And no one's going to try to destroy what I built to create, especially with my books and all that stuff. So, there's going to be an ending.
Well, logically, it's best to keep it in perspective. The more popular you become, the more negative feedback you're going to get at the same time. You'll get more positive feedback, you will get negative feedback, but it's always going to be an increase with popularity. It just comes.
And regardless of these lies about me, I'm a nice person. I go to help people, But it's funny, like when people attack me, they think I'm supposed to just be that nice person and shut up, But I open my mouth and respond to them, and then they get a little hot under the collar. You know what I'm saying? Like, they think I'm just gonna be like, oh, why is this happening to me? I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna leave YouTube. No, not me. So, I'll let you have it. Let's just give peace a chance, basically. Let's do our shows, and you want to spend the whole weekend putting my face everywhere. Whatever. Last time that happened with that book review that they did on that other channel, I actually got sales. From that negative.
Well, yeah, and and sometimes they say there's no such thing as bad publicity. So if you respond to the drama in a video and talk about how mad you are, people might actually like that and find it entertaining, and it might even.
People actually, but when Sammy tried to massacre my books, with the group, and they did this book review and they kept reading stuff on the air, I was all uptight about it, but I backed off because I listened to some advice. But I did flag it afterwards. But I did get some book sales from it. Yeah, people actually bought the book.
That's good. You're a published author. That's more than I can say. I'm not a published author.
And for all those that are saying, oh, I'm down and out, like I'm a bum, I don't know where you got your story from, because book 12 is coming, by the way. So.
Well, you're a published author. I'm a published artist.
There you go.
I had art published.
There you go.
Other than that, any other news today? Donatello. I forgot. Donatello, the turtle, died in the comics, supposedly, which is a big to-do.
I read about that.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to stay that way.
I could care less. I'm not a big Turtles fan. Just not a big Turtles fan.
Well, that, and also we heard that an Avenger may be dying in Avengers Age of Ultron. We got that going on. They are going to be shooting Captain America, Civil War in a couple weeks.
I do know a thing about that. It may not be an Avenger dying. It may be more an Avenger leaving and an Avenger changing. Yeah, I got some credible sources, especially Clever Movies, if you want me to elaborate.
Yeah. You got
In the trailer, you see that this scene where there's a brief scene where Thor drops his hammer, and the rumor is in the Age of Ultron movie, Thor does something. You also see a scene where Thor strangles Tony Stark because Tony Stark obviously created the artificial intelligence that became Ultron, and Thor gets angry at Tony Stark and blames him for it and starts to strangle him. And so Thor does something to become unworthy and loses control of his hammer. And once he becomes unworthy, he no longer has the power of Thor, just like he did in the first movie when he didn't have the power of Thor. And the rumor is they're going to have a female Thor, because in the comic books, Thor is now a woman.
Well, they're going to do it that
and
soon.
So,
I thought they're going to have a third Thor movie.
That's the rumor. I don't know. This is all rumors. This is based on stuff I've heard off of Clever Movies. Clever Movies is a good YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And it's a big corporate.
I like watching
but they have good rumors. What I mean by good rumors, it seems like 90% of what they talk about comes true. Not everything they talk about comes true, but most of the things they talk about.
I've watched them too. They're really awesome, actually.
But yeah, the word is that Thor is gonna become a woman, or there'll be a female Thor, and the current Thor, whatever his name is, I'm bad with names.
No, but see, that's the thing
he's
I
gonna
don't
be
understand, because they have a third Thor movie, so how would they have that? They would have the female
Would it
Thor
be a
in the third Thor movie? Wow. Because I heard Loki's.
Well, they could have a dilemma. They could have like the first Thor trying to seek redemption, to become worthy again, as a civilian, and then they could have a female Thor,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. It could be interesting. Could be interesting. I wasn't a big fan of the Thor movie, though. I don't know.
I like Thor a lot.
Something
actually.
about the Thor.
I like Thor a lot more than Captain America.
I haven't. Well, I'm the same way with Captain America. The first half of the first Captain America movie was good, and then it just got really slow and boring.
Yeah,
I felt like with the Red Skull, they had an awesome villain that they could have done all kinds of cool plot twists.
They ruined it.
And they ruined it. Yeah. And so yeah, I wasn't that impressed with Captain America.
Hugo Weaving. I liked him in a lot of movies, I gotta say. In V for Vendetta, one of my favorites. The Matrix movies, Lord of the Rings. But I was not happy with his performance as the Red Skull. And I would be very happy to get a new Red Skull, because I know he's coming back, I think, if they do a Captain America 4. But, yeah, the Red Skull, first of all, they're supposed to encounter each other hundreds of times, not twice. So that was ridiculous, how he got like Captain America's #1 villain, and they never really encountered each other.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I lost track of time. No, that's all right.
Yeah,
I was doing a live podcast. I'm going to leave.
All right, Chris.
All right. Good seeing you again, Kim.
Well, Chris.
Yeah, did you just get a piercing?
All right.
Oh, okay.
Chris.
Oh. Okay.
Chris, I muted you. Go ahead. I muted you because I don't want to hear anything.
Okay, I gotta go.
Okay.
I gotta go.
All right,
I'll go to Vaughn's and run off my battery, but it'll take me a few minutes. All right, bye.
No problem. Later. All right, so that's the end of the comic book talk. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about horror?
Yeah, let's do a horror show.
The horror.
Let's do a horror show.
Horror show?
Yeah.
Okay. Horror cast?
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys, so that the majority have spoken. Horror cast coming up next. Take care. Bye for now.